With a return to fully in-person general debate, presidents and prime ministers are converging on New York, many of them direct from London, where the diplomacy got underway on the sidelines of the Queen's funeral. This is arguably the most important General Assembly in decades, with leaders faced with tackling conflict and the impact of climate change, not least in Pakistan, where floodwaters are receding, but millions have lost their homes, and where diseases like malaria and dengue fever are claiming many lives. At the New York summit, developing nations will press more powerful ones not to ignore Pakistan's plight. Inevitably, Ukraine is likely to take center stage as more evidence emerges of possible Russian war crimes carried out in newly liberated towns like Izium. A gravesite containing hundreds of remains was discovered last week in a forest on the northern outskirts of the town, and investigators are exhuming the bodies to start the grim job of identification. Ukraine's President Zelensky will deliver a pre-recorded video address to the General Assembly when he's sure to ask world leaders for continued support in terms of military hardware and aid. He'll also call for more UN resolutions condemning Russian action. Britain's new Prime Minister Liz Truss will help galvanise international support for Kiev. She's already pledged Britain will contribute the equivalent of $3 billion to Ukraine's military campaign next year. But whatever is decided in New York, it will come too late for thousands of Ukrainians with no heat and no power. Many don't know what's going on in the war, whether relatives are still alive, indeed whether there's still a Ukraine to fight for. John Cookson, Arise News.